Good morning, everyone. My name is Louise Ireland from Clarity Crafts here in the UK. Welcome to Groovi Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing well. Just going to waffle a little bit until everybody finds us in the room. The lovely Jane, she'll be in the room with you today. So if you have any questions, Jane will be there to help, and she'll feed through any information that she thinks I need to know, or any questions that I haven't spotted. So so I thought we'd just have a little sit down and have a nice hour of crafting, as we usually do at this time of the week. So it's a bit overcast out there today. So it's it's not sunny, but at least it's not raining. Fingers crossed it stays like that. So yes, I think we're almost good to go. Just checking to see if the sound is okay. I'm guessing it is. I can't see anything without my glasses on. Sound is good. I know there's a little bit of a video clip at the beginning. Nice little bit of a little intro video. I thought that was quite cool. So this week is going to be the last week of our project that we've been working on with the little gem in the middle. So I'm just going to do a little bit of perforating and picot cutting today. Nothing and I might cut out a little bit of the grid work as well, just to show you how it looks when it's finished. And just a little bit of picot cutting, and I thought I'd try and finish off. I'll picot cut one side so you can see how it is when it's finished, because I probably won't be able to get all the way around with all of the perforating picot cutting, but at least I can do a little bit. Oh good, I'm glad the sun is shining somewhere. Just not here. But it's been I had a busy weekend this weekend. I did a lot of sorting out. You know, when you get to a stage after winter, you want to do a spring clean. So we've been having a great big spring clean at home, getting rid of loads of stuff that we don't need anymore. You know, just decluttering and just keeping the energy moving in the house. You know, everything becomes a bit stagnant if you're keeping lots of bits and pieces around. So yeah, it was a big tidy up for me at the weekend, and then I did that on Saturday, and then on Sunday I rested because I was knackered. I did too much on Saturday, but you know, when you have in your mind you need to do this and this, and once I tend, around this time of year, I get all of my winter stuff and put it away and ready for all the spring and summer stuff in my wardrobe. And once it's all come out, it's got all go back in. So it always takes such a long time to sort everything out, but got there in the end. But it's like a job that you can't stop halfway through. You have to finish it. It took a little while, but it's all good. And I got rid of, I think in our outbuilding, I had lots of like old colouring books that I haven't touched for ages. And what happened is, I think the rain had got into the box. So all my colouring books were all, soggy, and all the pages were stuck together. So I had to get rid of all of those as well. But yeah, so it looks a lot tidier in our house. Still got a little bit left to do. And then we're going to tackle the garden, because the garden, I think my first job out in the garden is always sweeping up the upper patio so it looks nice and tidy, and you can sit out and actually enjoy a little bit of the sun in the spring. So that's always my first job in the garden. And then there's lots of other jobs that need doing always after winter. But yeah, it's good. Keeps me busy, keeps me out of mischief. So I've got let's look at the project we're finishing up this weekend. Take the mouse out the way. There we go. And then this is where we are at the moment with that. So I thought I'll just do the one, the border, and then I'll cut out a little bit of the grid work as well. If we've got time, I'll do a little bit. So that's what we're tackling this last day today. Also, another thing, because we've got some exciting plates coming out at the end of the month, But obviously this is the last week of this. So in the interim between now and the end of the week, I thought we'd just go over this plate here. This design here was created by Linda Williams. So I thought we'll do just 2 weeks, 1 or 2 weeks on this project until the end of the month, and then we can get into some new a new project starting April. Gosh, is it April already? Blimey. So yeah, so I thought we'll tackle this. There's loads of as with all of our lovely demos, there's always so many stages involved. You know, Linda, she writes everything down, as do all of our other design team members that do our demos, like Jane and Josie, Glynis. They all create stages for us, as I'm sure you know. So we're just going to go over this for a couple of weeks, and I thought that would be quite nice. So it's using this plate here, which we showed. Where are we now? Was it yesterday we showed this? My brain's gone. No, Friday. It was Friday. We created this. Forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. So that's 42149. So if you haven't got this plate, and if you wanted to create this lovely design done by Linda, which is upside down, of course, wouldn't be me without it being upside down. So I thought, yes, we'll tackle this for a couple of weeks. Do a little bit of using the Dorso crayons. So yeah, I thought that would be fun. So we'll do that for a couple of weeks, and then we will tackle our new project, which will be at the end of the month-ish, beginning of next month. And that will be a really nice project. So yeah, so that's what we'll tackle starting next week. So I just thought I'd let you know that before we get into this one. Oh, thank you. Yes, I got bright pink. I went last night to get my nails done. I quite like. I should have gone for green because it's St. Patrick's Day today. I dropped the ball on that one. I didn't realise what day it was today. I should have gone for a green colour, but nice bright pink. Not usually a colour I would go for, but I thought, seeing it's spring, pretty pink, so I thought I'd go for pink. Okay, so I think I'll Pico cut out this side here, and I'll just do the one. So last week I used the straight grid. Let me come in a little bit closer. You have to excuse me today. I've got a bit of a sore throat. I think it's that hay fever / tree fever. It's starting up again. So yeah, there we go. I'll just have a sip of tea. It's better. I've been really good. I'm not having any sugar in my tea, but it doesn't taste nice without sugar. Okay. Yeah, so as you can see, I did the straight line using the straight grid. So you've got a nice straight piece there. So now I'm just going to use my 2 needle bold, just here. There we go. Use my Groovi guard. I'm going to bring in my I want to go quite deep with my 2 needle tool, so I'm going in with got my super foam underneath, so I can go back in with my 2 needle into the straight line. It might be easier to see on this camera. There we go. Is that better? Oh yes, that's right, Lynn. It's National Corned Beef and Cabbage Day as well. I swear there's a film somewhere where they I think it's in Meet Me in St. Louis. They have a family dinner, and they're trying to get the dad out of the dining room before one of her suitors rings, and so she's trying to hurry hurry the dad out. So taking the soup away before he's even started it, and quickly getting the corned beef and the cabbage on the table. That's quite a good film. I like Meet Me in St. Louis. Okay, so I've just see if I'll show you on the up here, and let me go in a bit. There we go. So I've gone all the way inside here. I'll go back onto the third. Is the third camera better? I'll try and make sure my hands aren't in the frame. So I'm just following just on the line there, and just working my way right into the corner and round like that. So yeah, I'm just going to do that all the way down. So what? Yeah, apart from St. Patrick's Day, it's National Corned Beef and Cabbage Day, and then National Doctor Patient Trust Day. I'm sure there's others, because they have lots of different ones, don't they now? I thought that was funny. National Corned Beef and Cabbage Day. I don't mind corned beef, actually. If I was going to have corned beef sandwich, it would probably be with piccalilli. Not many people like piccalilli. I love piccalilli. Probably because I like anything that's kind of like vinegary or like pickles and things. Absolutely love vinegar on anything. Salt and vinegar on chips. Oh, so good. Yeah, so I'm just working my way around the scroll. And just around that one. There we go. So if and then I can always go back in and make the holes bigger. So let me go on to, that's a good idea. We should have a National Groovi Day. That would be fun. Right, back onto the third camera. Here we go. Yeah, National Groovi Day and a National Clarity Day. Wouldn't that be fun? Celebrate all things clarity. I suppose that is when we had our 10 years of Groovi, I suppose that, I'm not sure on the actual date, but we had it a few months back. And so that could be our National Groovi Day. Find a day. Celebrate all things groovy. Yeah, I like piccalilli. I would have that with like ham or cheese in a sandwich. But it's very hard sometimes to find gluten-free bread. Although it's getting better now. They have, in the big shops, they have some nice loaves of gluten-free bread. The only thing is, with gluten-free bread, I might need to come up again. Much better. There we are. Yeah, the only thing with that is it's so expensive. They make gluten-free stuff so expensive. I bought these little gluten-free madeleines last week. They were delicious. That was obviously for a treat, because I've done so well with my, I'm not having any gluten or any fizzy drinks. I'm being very good. Very good. Okay, so I've done the inner scrolls here. So then every Tuesday is National Groovi Day. That is so true. We celebrate it every Tuesday. Then our National Clarity Day is Barbara's birthday. Oh, that's nice. That's good. Okay, so yes, so if I come over onto the, so I've done all of the inner scrolls here. So next I'm gonna work on these ones here. Yes, that's true. Our open days are when we celebrate all things clarity. That is very true. And we have four days a year then that we have our lovely open days. We've got our first ones of the year in June. Looking forward to that. Such a good day. I absolutely love the open days. Jackie, no, it's not a silly question. It's a very valid question. You can use a fine needle with your fine needle tools. I always use a bold only because I have bad eyesight and I can't see the holes otherwise. However, if you can get your, if you have okay eyesight, then you can use the fine needles, which would go in with the more of the fine needle tools that we have. But the bold, I haven't got a fine needle on me. But what would happen is the bold needle, the base is larger, so you'll get a larger hole with the 1 or 2 needle bold, whereas the fine would be a smaller hole. So I could kind of roughly show you without a fine one, see if you might be able to see the difference. So that's probably, I don't know if the camera will, let's have a look. Can you see this here? So the one above it would kind of be a fine hole, and that would be a bold hole. So that's the difference, is that you've got the bold will give you a larger hole, which is why I say I usually use bold tools to finish off, because my eyesight's very bad. And at work I don't use a magnifying glass, so if I was at home I could use my fine needle tools. But you don't really want this great big magnifying glass over your work when you're trying to see it on camera. But yeah, so if you were using more of the needle tools, I would use a fine needle tool. With this, I just use a 2 needle bold, because I can see the holes. But if you've got okay eyesight, then you can use the fine tools. Also, they're slightly closer together as well, so you'll get a really lovely, if you were using a 2 needle fine tool, they would be closer together, so you would see when you picot cut it, the picots will be smaller and closer together, so you'll get more picots. So in a space of, you know, of a little area, you might get 6 picos for a bowl tool, but you'll probably get about 8 or 9 with a smaller one with your fine 2 needle. If that makes sense. Please tell me if it doesn't. So just working my way around that. But yeah, if I was at home, I would probably, if I had my magnifying glass, I'd use my 1 and 2 needle fine tools a bit more. There we go. So just so just working around my scrolls here. I watched a good film at the weekend, but I can't remember what it was called. I can't remember what it was about. Do you ever get that? Sometimes you get a little bit of a brain fog moment and you can't remember what you did at the weekend. I know I did a lot of cleaning out. But apart from that, I don't remember. Oh, that was it. We watched Shelter as a new film with Jason Statham. It was a really good film, actually, because sometimes I find that... sorry, just checking whether we can see it. Move it around this way. Let me go onto the above camera now, I think. There we go. I can't get it in the frame I want to. So I'm going to just start from here and work my way around the outside now. Yes, the daylight bulb is really a good idea if you're doing any kind of grid work, pico cutting. Jane's right there. It's lighting is very important too. In the studio here, I have a lot of light, so it makes things a lot easier. Even better if you have a light on your magnifying glass. That's the best. Especially if you're using your fine needle tools. But yeah, so Shelter was really, really good. I don't know if anybody's seen it. But yeah, it was really good. And the nice thing is kind of, he was kind of, there was this little girl that was with him, so it wasn't kind of him taking on like a caring role for her while trying to defeat the bad guys. Morning, Richard. So I'm just working my way more or less halfway now, just around the little scrolls. So yeah, if you like action films, I definitely recommend Shelter. It was really good. There's a new series that's coming out as well that looks really, really funny. It's a bit like, I don't know if anybody ever saw, I think it was a film in the late 80s, early 90s. It was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. There's a series coming out, I think it's called My Miniature Wife or something. He's a scientist and he's found a way to minimize things. And his wife picks up the gadget apparently at some point and, you know, makes herself miniature. So it looks really funny. I think it's a series. It's coming out soon. But that looked really funny. So Mum and me will probably watch that together. But it just gave me Honey, I Shrunk the Kids vibes. I used to love that film when I was a little girl. Then they did, I don't know which one was first, but then they had, I think, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. And it doesn't sound, it's not what you think when you does the opposite effect, so it makes him a lot larger. And there's this little toddler that's like 50 foot tall and gets bigger every time he's prone to like electric fields or whatever it's called. Can't remember. Magna electric fields. I don't know, something like that. Me trying to be scientific, it doesn't work. There we go. So I have picot cut all the way inside, all of the scrolls and everything, and around the outside. So I thought, yeah, The Beekeeper was good. I've watched that. I do like Jason Statham movies. They're really, really good. So I've already reperforated in here. And you can use your 1 needle bold or 1 needle fine, depending on what you're using. So I just thought I'll do a corner of these and then I will work on the outside of that. So what I tend to do with my grid work is so I don't keep on turning my work, I will always do one picot cut everywhere and then turn it slightly and then do the next one. So I work on all of the all the way along. I like the sound of picot cutting, it's relaxing. Yeah, so we've got our next workshop tomorrow, which is the project workshop, which is very exciting. I'm looking forward to that. I'm just working on my next, just turning my next workshop's tomorrow. It's like a little project workshop, which I'm looking forward to. A little bit of colouring on the front. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so just going round. I've got all my bits ready for tomorrow for that, and yeah, it's going to be a fun afternoon. I did post on the circle earlier, so if anybody is doing the workshop tomorrow and if you have any questions, just reply to my comment on there and I'll answer any questions that you have before tomorrow. Do that one. There we go. So just working round clockwise. Just makes life a lot easier if you just do one section on every star and then turn and then do it again. It doesn't take long when you get into it. And all of a sudden they'll all start to come out and you'll see it. But it's good to just do with the one corner, then you can see how it goes. I love Back to the Future. I think it's such a good film. It's actually on Stranger Things. They actually are watching that in one of the episodes at cinema. There we go. So got a little bit there that I'll just the bits that are around the. There we go. I'll do that one. Oh yeah, I'll finish that one as well because I half did it. There we go. So that's our. Oh, hello. Can't see it. It goes quite quickly once you start. Okay, so I'm just gonna work my way up this little bit now. And again, I'm just gonna go all the way along. So cute. The other night I woke up really early because Luna decided that she was going to meow outside my door. Because I do shut my door at night, so the cats have their own little bedroom that they sit on the bed at night, so they get their peace and quiet. And so do I. Because the other week I left the door open to my bedroom because I didn't have the heart to put them out because they were asleep on my bed. So I went to sleep, and in the morning Shadow was on my windowsill because my windowsill's above my head, and the little statue of the elephant, which was quite heavy, ended up on my head and then smashed into the vase that was next to my bed. So yeah, that was not necessary at 5 o'clock in the morning, but they are funny. But yeah, the other morning Luna woke me up at silly hours, about 3 or 4 o'clock I think it was, and she literally spent all morning just snuggled into my neck. It was so cute. And then all of a sudden, after I try and fall asleep again, I wake up to her trying to eat my necklace. So yeah, it's either my necklace or my bracelet. Use a Groovi guard from Phil. But yeah, the cats are funny. I had to change some of our guinea pigs' fresh food because I think they're getting a little bit bored of the food they're getting at the moment. So because Kizzy's not eating, she absolutely loves eating kale normally, but I think she's gone off of it. She's quite fussy for a guinea pig. She doesn't like she goes off things quite easily. So it's like one minute she'll eat carrots every day and she loves them and stuff like that. I give her like a little, not much, just a tiny bit, with kale or greens or something, but she's gone off a few things. So Mum's been starting the habit of going around the garden trying to find things that she eats, and the funny thing is she'll eat the stuff in the garden that she can eat, but she won't eat the food like the kale or anything. So at the moment she's eating the rose leaves, which she likes, dandelions, which she absolutely loves, and then these little flowers that they can eat, because Mum researched it all and she found things that they can eat that she's got in the garden. And this year we're going to have like a little herb garden, because they absolutely love parsley. So I'm trying to coax her with bits and pieces at the moment. So nearly done the inside. Yeah, she probably does. She eats seasonally. And kind of like, you see her face, she gets excited, she comes downstairs and then she looks at the food, looks at you and goes, "What's this?" I'm expecting her to tell me one day that she wants me to go to Marks and Spencer's or something for food. Like, this is not good enough. Oh, I'm just trying to get my... Oh, there we go, that's better. Yes, that is very true. We get little, we've got like a little apple tree. And they absolutely love gnawing on the apple sticks that we give them occasionally. They are funny. Such funny little piggies. Kizzy's beautiful. She's got a lovely little coat. She's like a rosette guinea pig. And then Fuzzbuzz, he's got such long hair now. And he always looks like he needs a brush. We brush him, and then the next day it looks like he needs a brush again. I don't know what he does. I think he rolls around in the hay. Funny little boy. They are funny though. Keep you entertained, animals, with their little quirks and things. It's like the cats, they're hilarious sometimes. But yeah, so yeah, Shadow broke my vase. It's only at the front, but I can't, for the life of me, I can't find the piece that's missing. I think it went under the bed somewhere. But yeah, I had a right headache after that. I said to Mum, I said, an elephant fell on my head this morning. My statue elephant. Real life elephant it was. Felt like it. Just going to have a bit more tea. before it goes cold. Yes, Megan, I'm using the Pergamano snips. They're called Perga cutters. I find these are very, very easy for me because I just twiddle them like this when I'm picot cutting. There's 3 different kinds. There's the exclusives, the ring locks, and then the Perga cutters. But yeah, so what happens is you can't use normal scissors with parchment when you're doing this snipping here. So really what you're doing is you're kind of, I don't know if you can see, if you watch the Perga cutters, Megan, you kind of put them in a little bit, just the tiniest bit, and then I kind of twist them, and then when you snip you get this point that's it's a bit like a V. See if I can show you, camera 3, you can probably, hold on, see they go in like a little V all the way around, and that gets you that really nice little picot cut. Funny thing is, I've gone on the outside and I haven't finished the inner scrolls yet. I've got one side left to do. I don't know why I started doing the next section. Let's just finish that for a minute. Oh, that side as well. Doy. Okay, that's the inside. That's all right, Megan. Anytime. Yes, that is the thing with James, right, that's the thing with snips though. You have to, with these ones, because they're always open, when you go in, you'll need to close them to a certain point and then go into the 2 holes like that. And then when you twist and snip, you need to keep them together and pull them out, and then you can release. Otherwise, you'll split your parchment. I suppose I do it so quickly. There we go. I can't believe it's the middle of March already. I don't know where that time went. Crazy how time flies. Okay, so just finish off this line, and then you can see the difference with it all cut out. All the way around there. Okay, so I'm just gonna there we go, I'll take that part away. So then you can see that's all been picot cut out on that side. And then I would repeat all the way around. So the next. Yeah, so you can always add metallic gold details or something if you wanted to. I have done it on here, but you don't have to do it on your finished piece. Or you can add a little bit of glitter if you wanted to. You might be able to see there's a little bit of gold detail on there. Just ever so slight, but it doesn't mean that you have to. It looks nice just like this. Okay, so you see the bottom, that's the bottom of it, because the gem's the right way up then. And then that's that star border that looks really, really nice, because I always think it looks like flowers, but you can use it at Christmas because it looks like stars. So it's a really nice grid background to have in the background of things if you wanted to. I always love this grid work. But yeah, the blue, light blue, we worked on the colours together, so I think that looks really, really nice. Yeah, so I've got a little bit of time. I might start just doing a little bit of the, or maybe I'll finish off the grid work. Then we can see the grid work's all finished then, because we've got that bit. Yeah, let me start on. I'll go down this line first. Like that. Yeah, so St. Patrick's Day today, St. Paddy's Day. So the lovely thing is, I know in Ireland there'll be lots of like festivals today and everything. I remember, I think it was last year we went, I'm not sure, on a Saturday they had in Hawley, they had like a St. Patrick's festival. I think it was St. Patrick, or it could have been St. George's actually, because that's England. I can't remember, but there was definitely, I think it was in the summer, so it must have been St. George's Day. But yeah, it's nice because they had a festival in Hawley. It was really good. Had music and everything. They closed the inner town centre off. So yeah, I'm doing all the one side first, because then when it all pops out, it looks really good. I'm just working. Yeah, I definitely like all the colours that we used together. It was team effort, that was. Okay. Maybe, yeah. Could have been April because it was warm. Might not have been summer, it might have been a warm spring day. So we did have a really lovely summer last year and spring. It's going to be time to get the hay fever tablets out again, I think. Okay, so let's carry on with this bit. So I was actually on the, when I saw the National Day on my phone this morning, Sorry. Apparently, I write a little bit of information down. So he was born for St. Patrick's Day. He was born in 389 AD. He wasn't born in Ireland. He was born in Scotland or Wales. Probably Wales, because his real birth name was Maewyn Succat. And Maewyn to me sounds Welsh. And apparently he was kidnapped at 16 and taken to Ireland as a prisoner, because he was born to Roman parents, apparently. And he escapes in 405 AD and finds passage home. However, in 427 AD, he goes back to Ireland as a missionary and then does all of his good work in Ireland and everything. 1631 AD, he's honoured by the church. And then in the 1762, New York or America hold their first parade festival in his honour. That's America, obviously. I'm not sure the date of when Ireland first had their first festival, but I thought that was quite interesting information. I like learning new things. I mean, preferably my favourite history period is the Tudor period. Absolutely love anything to do with the Tudors. I like reading fiction books, non-fiction books. I like watching documentaries. I like watching films or series. Anything to do with the Tudors, and I'm there. Wouldn't have wanted to be in the Tudor period, but it's nice to learn about. They even have like special kind of like little Tudor festivals where people go to and dress up in Tudor outfits. There's a lady on Facebook she makes Tudor dresses, and then the French hood and all of the the headwear that they wear. She makes it all from scratch. Like over £1,000 for the dress, but she uses like the finest silks and velvets and things. But I mean, amazing to have that skill where you can. I mean, I'm not very good at sewing because I'm not very good with fiddly things like needles, and so I'm not very good at knitting. I did try it. I'm not very good at sewing, but I enjoy crafting. I'm just not that kind of crafter. But I appreciate how beautiful it is. How you can create these garments from a bit of material or a bit of wool. I think it's amazing. Yeah, me too. I've watched The White Queen and The White Princess and the Tudors, the Spanish Princess. So all of those ones, like the Philippa Gregory series and stuff, they're really good. I like watching any kind of new film that they bring out about, Anne Boleyn or anything to do with the Tudor period. And then obviously Elizabethan as well. I like the Elizabethan period. I always remember being absolutely fascinated by the Tudors when I was a kid. Yeah. Could probably hear all the snipping. I thought I would get this done by the end of the hour. Not sure. We'll see. Me and perga cutters against the clock. We're nearly there. I think there's literally just, oh, maybe there's 2 more snips. All of a sudden, they all start to come out. And then you can see how many you've forgotten to snip. Yeah, so any kind of interesting information about Tudors I love. I used to like learning about the Victorian period as well. So all of a sudden, they're going to come out. You can hope. I just see if some of them are even have already just come out. When you lift them up and all of a sudden they all start to, you can see as I'm moving up, you can see, oh, which ones have you missed? Don't even know which one that was. Ah, that's it. There's just odd ones here and there now. There we go. So it goes pretty quickly. It's got a few more to do there, but I think we're near the end. Well, we are at the end of the hour now, so it's just a few more to do there. But I just thought I'd just remind you before I go just about this project that we're going to do next week. So because it's Japan month, we're celebrating Japan this month. So I thought for the next 2 Groovi Tuesdays, I would focus on this lovely project here. And then come April, we've got an exciting new project to do with some new plates that are coming out. But this is the plate of this card. So if you wanted it at all, it's 42149. And also, just before I go, I thought I'd give you the information for the rest of the week. So we're here today. So on Wednesday, we've got 1 till 4 is our parchment online workshop with Paul and myself. And then Friday at 10 and 2, we've got Deborah and Paul. So some exciting stamps that Deborah's going to show us how to use and everything. So look forward to seeing Deborah on Friday. So that's what we've got for the rest of the week. So at 2 today, Paul and myself are going to go back over some plates that we've gone over. Plus, I don't know if it was about last year or something, the A4 dotty plate that goes alongside it. So that will be, we'll be doing that this afternoon. So that'll be a little bit fun. Okay, so so it's lovely to see you all here today. Thank you to Jane for keeping everybody occupied in the room and also feeding through information. So thank you, Jane. And so so I will see you at 2 p.m. with Paul. Hope everybody has a lovely rest of the day, and I will see you at 2. Take care, everyone. Bye.